Today we're going to look at Paul Klee again. We're going to look at some of his portraits. A portrait is a picture of somebody. So usually artists, when they do portraits, they choose somebody they know or sometimes somebody famous. This happens to be a self-portrait. A self-portrait is just when you paint a picture of yourself. Now, you probably guessed that Paul Klee doesn't actually look like this. This is abstract. We talked a little bit about that on Tuesday. That's where an artist changes colors and shapes to make the artwork different and not look exactly like the person. But you can still tell it's a person. Let's look at some of the colors that he used. In this picture, he used some red, pink, green, some purple here, some kind of pinkish purple here, yellow, peachy color, and like a bright red orange. So those are some bright colors, and mostly he used warm colors, oranges, reds, and yellows. But there's some cool colors like purple and green in there. He also used some shapes that you might not find in an actual person. Can you see where these are? The bigger circle he used for his head. Smaller circles in his eyes. This made up shape or organic shape for the outside part of his eyes, and a half circle where his face is divided up. Oh, also some squares. Let's look at another one. Here's another picture. This is not a self-portrait. This is a portrait of a lady he knew. This one has some brighter colors and different types. We have 3 cool colors, 4 warm colors, and then this one has some black. And I think this is actually darker over here, but it's a picture, not a very good picture of it. It's kind of shiny. This one, most of the shapes are organic. So this shape is kind of this big one here. Then you get this little one that fits inside of it, and then the big head shape. Also, you'll have some geometric shapes like this square and then the circle inside the square to make up the eyes. Here's another one. This one's a little darker, and it is all warm colors. Reds, oranges, yellows, that type of thing. Also, this one has more geometric shapes. So we have a circle, we have a couple of triangles in the nose, some smaller circles. This kind of looks like a doorway down here. I guess that's kind of a organic shape, but it also has some straight edges. Let's look at some more. Notice that a lot of times his people don't have hair. Oh, here's another picture of a person without hair. This one's kind of fun because it has squiggly lines all over it. So it doesn't just have colors and shapes, but it has a lot of lines. Let's look at some of these colors. This one kind of has half and half also. So you have some yellows and reds for your warm colors. And then you have blues and purples in there also. I like how he kind of made the head stand out by making it brighter than the other colors in the picture. And he's got a geometric shape of the circle, a couple more circles, but there's also a lot of made up shapes created inside these lines and his mouth. This one I think has hair, definitely a hat. This face is not a circle. It's more of a made up shape. And the hat is an organic shape. Even this heart is an organic shape. If you look carefully, there's a couple little geometric shapes like this circle here. And these colors are mostly warm. Even though he used some cool colors, he really liked those oranges and yellows and reds and pinks a lot in his artwork. Here's one more. This one I think is very interesting. This one has some really crazy organic shapes, but then there are also some geometric shapes like this triangle, this kind of there's 2 half circles here. And then this one also has all warm colors. So I think he liked to use warm colors even more than cool colors. And we kind of looked at that in last week's lesson. Today, what you're going to do is you are going to pick somebody to do a portrait of. You could pick somebody in your family, a friend, or you can even do a picture of yourself. What I want you to do is have a piece of paper, a pencil, and some crayons. If you don't have crayons, but you have colored pencils, that's okay. And I want you to draw a picture of somebody. I want you to use some geometric shapes like circles, squares, triangles, and then you can use some organic made-up shapes and then color your whole picture. Then please submit it to me on Seesaw. I love seeing your artwork. Hey, I'll see you guys next week.